Hello, everyone, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Rogue Valley. I'm Kimberly Hawkins, Spiritual Director here. We welcome each of you, no matter where you happen to be on your own personal spiritual journey. We believe there are many paths, but one God. We have an extraordinary treat for you today. Our guest speakers and musical artists are a dynamic duo that our community has loved for years now. If you have not heard them before, Reverend Melissa Phillippe and Reverend Z. Egloff, you're in for a treat, and I think you'll fall in love too. They have a traveling and online ministry called Oh My God Life, their mission to bring radical joy to the world. I think they're doing a great job. See what you think. I turn it over now to Melissa and Z.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hello, CSL Rogue Valley. We are so happy to be back with you. Thank you to Reverend Kimberly for having us. And we're going to get started with a song.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sing along, please.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Sing it with me. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. After me, Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Yeah. When I'm down, I turn to you. When I'm down, you pull me through. Yeah, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love.
All alone, feeling broken, I don't know where to go. Got a feeling if I'm willing, Spirit's opening the door, so I'm asking. Passing time while I'm crashing in a last sad gasp of confusion, and it's slow. A little knowing that won't let go. Can't ignore it, and you know I won't, cause it's growing in the open. No more hoping now. Spirit holds my soul and says you gotta let me love you now. You are worthy of this love, so why not let me love you now? For you are worthy of this love.
Yeah, I surrender. Every little thing, I surrender. Hear me sing. Yeah, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love. Yes, I'm worthy of this love.
Yeah. There is one power, one presence in all of the universe. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Divine One, call it that which is beyond name, beyond language. That is the truth and the only truth of all of creation, including me and including each and every one of us here at the service today, seen and unseen. And so I speak a word for and about this service and this time today, that it is blessed, that each one of us is coming into a greater realization that we are divine, and into a greater realization of our connection with and our communion with this divine one. And I am grateful. I am grateful for this gift of Spirit to each and every one of us, for we are truly never alone in Spirit. And so I just give this word, this prayer back to Spirit, who takes it, who says, yes, absolutely yes. We say yes. Spirit says yes. And so I release this by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Be washed to see. The healing storm cleansing my soul. Oh, healing storm making me whole. Break open my heart. The pain is well worn, for I am reborn in the healing storm. Sun, shine, shine your light on all the night. No longer blind. Now my heart will be my guide. healing storm.
My heart is the place where this storm has its say. Can't escape, though I try to hide from the rain. But every drop pulls me out, fills me up, shakes me inside out, and I can't stay the same. Take it all, take my shame. I don't need it, it just makes me crazy. I'm not crazy, I am free. So I stand in the place where I'm from, where I'm safe, where I've been all along, didn't know it, too afraid of myself, who I am, what I'm made of. But now I stay, now I stand in this place, on this land, stake my claim, unafraid, till the storm fades away.
The healing storm, cleansing my soul. Oh, healing storm, making me whole. Break open my heart, the pain is well worn. For I am reborn. For I am reborn in the healing storm. Sometimes we're cruising along down life's path and bam! Spirit just shows up and turns into a raging river right before us, right? And sometimes it ends on this side. We can even see the path on the other side, but we cannot see a way over. No bridge, right? I mean, and then what? Now, more often, of course, we come to smaller little streams and across our path, and we just hop over them, no problem. A tiny little new choice or habit can make a huge difference in the long trajectory of life. So that's the other way, right? But always, whatever hopping a tiny stream or standing before a vast river, either way, the waters are more easily crossed by turning to and asking for help from Spirit. In Centers for Spiritual Living, we talk about the power of affirmative prayer, and Z and I certainly love the power of affirmative prayer. I mean, we are ministers after all. And but we have also found that there is another kind of prayer that we didn't learn about in Science of Mind classes that is asking, just asking for help. Now, of course, when we ask with that sort of paradoxical awareness that Spirit is the all that we are asking, outside of us, all powerful, and also within. But we can still ask. We can ask for guidance or help, and it will always show up. Every time it will show up in some magical thing or some other person showing up. And one of the best things about spiritual practice over time is that we learn to trust more deeply in Spirit, because we have over and over these answered prayers. So when we stand on one side of the river and we can't even maybe see the path on the other side, we can more easily have faith that we will find a way over. And as I lean more fully into Spirit, there is one thing I do more and more consistently, more and more easily, more and more often. And that is to ask and ask and ask. Sometimes my prayer is to remember to ask more often. But I ask Spirit, and I am getting better at asking whoever Spirit tells me to ask in answer to the prayer, because that's sometimes the answer. And help always, always, always comes. Whether I recognize it at first or not, Spirit shows up. So this morning we'd like to talk to you about asking, and each share a story with you about asking and receiving an answer. And Z is going to get us started.
Yes, I am. So today's message is actually pretty simple. Ask for help. Ask Spirit for help. Really simple, right? Yes. And the thing about asking for help is that sometimes we forget, or at least sometimes I forget, to ask for help when I most need it. So today we have a hack. We love to give you all hacks. So today we have a hack for that. If you ask for help from Spirit all day, all the time, it gets a lot easier to remember in those times when you really need it and you maybe would tend to forget. I know for me, it's been in these last few years that I've started to do this. Just ask Spirit for help all the time throughout the day. And at first I thought, well, isn't that kind of cheating? Like, just asking for help all the time like that? And my experience is when I go through life in this mode of asking and listening to Spirit, it's like I have a superpower. It's really incredible. And I can ask for help in big things and small things. In fact, one of my favorite things to do is when something's stuck, like a screw or a bolt or something, I'm trying to do something like that with a tool, and it's just not working, and then I go, oh yeah. And I stop, and I close my eyes, and I ask Spirit for help, and it's like magic. Every time. Boom! Spirit is with us intimately as well as infinitely, right? Big and small. Now my story today is one of a bit bigger thing, a time when I was in front of that raging river with no way across. This happened a few years after I graduated from college. I was an English major in college, which is another way of saying I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And I found myself, when I was 24 years old, working on a farm, which was something very different than anything I'd ever done before. I grew up in an academic environment, so it was very different to be on a farm. The farm was managed by a young guy, my age, named Stuart. And Stuart was a real Yankee. He only spoke about 5 words a day, and that was only in answer to direct questions. He was a trip. The farm was owned by an elderly Southern gentleman named Hollis Lovell. And Stuart, the manager, talked Hollis, the owner, into buying a whole bunch of new equipment so that we could really run the farm more efficiently. We've been running it kind of like a big garden. And the big primo thing that he talked him into buying was this brand new big old John Deere tractor, bright green and yellow. And it was just gorgeous. A few months after Stuart talked Hollis into buying all this equipment, Stuart let us all know he was leaving. He was leaving to start his own farm. And so Hollis decided that I should run the farm. I, who knew nothing about running farms, he decided I should run the farm because I'd gone to the same college as he had. So I said, okay, here's the thing though. In order to run the farm, I needed to drive the tractor. The manager was the only one who got to drive the tractor. And let's put it this way. At this point, I was not a driver. I was 24 years old, and I did not have a driver's license. Back when I was first learning to drive in high school, back when they had driver's ed actually as a high school class, I had this car, my driver's ed car. So the driver's ed teacher was very scary for me. She was a little wild. She was rumored to have had a few DUIs, and she drove demolition derby cars on the weekend on the outskirts of town. And then there were 2 other kids in the car with me. One was a kid who'd been driving since he was like 5 because he grew up on a farm. Natural, great driver. The other was this pretty tough girl who I'm pretty sure got all her driving experience stealing automobiles. So these people were all very intimidating to me, and I was barely in my body. I couldn't drive. The teacher sometimes when it was my turn would just take us out to the country, so I didn't have to deal with traffic or anything, right? So I never did get my license. So here I am, 24 years old, and I'm gonna run the farm now and drive the tractor. Okay, sure. Stuart had about 2 weeks to train me before he left. But there was only those allotted 5 words a day, so I didn't really learn much. And I can still remember my first day. My first day, Stuart was gone, and it was just me on the farm that day. And the beginning of the day went pretty well. And then in the afternoon, I needed to till a field. Now, the John Deere tractor came with a bunch of attachments, and the rototiller for this tractor was like ginormous, this huge rototiller, which needed to be hooked up to the tractor, but it was not moving. The rototiller did not move. It was so ginormous. So in order to get the tractor and the tiller together, I had to back the tractor directly, precisely into the tiller. I thought, okay, I can do this. So I hop on the tractor, I back it up, and I get kind of close. So I try again, back it up again, a little closer. Try again. This time it's a little farther. Try again, a little farther still. So I tried again, and again, and again, and again, and it just kept getting worse. Complete fail every time. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, it's my first day running the farm. I can't even work the tractor. If I can't work the tractor, I can't till the field. If I can't till the field, I can't run this farm. What am I going to do? Now, at this point, I had discovered the spiritual practice. About a year before that, I discovered that spirit was real, that there was an energy in the universe that was responsive to me, and that it was love and infinite wisdom. And so I remembered in that moment, finally, to ask for help. I just closed my eyes and I said, Spirit, help. And I just sat there for a bit, and then I hear these 5 tiny little words, step away from the tractor. Step away from the tractor. And then I hear, go home. And I thought, well, that's kind of counterproductive. How am I going to make this work if I'm just going to leave? But I listened to Spirit, and I went home. And by that, I mean, I rode my bike home. And I spent the weekend just kind of chilling with Spirit and meditating and praying and asking. And what I got over that weekend was, when I devoted myself to the spiritual path about a year before that, I got it. That my life is now a surrender to Spirit. I give my life to you, Spirit. You tell me what to do. And one of the first things Spirit told me to do was go work on the farm. And when the manager of the farm job was offered to me, I got, I'm supposed to say yes to this too. So I didn't know why I was at that farm. And now I didn't know how to drive the tractor, and I didn't really know how I was going to manage the place. But I knew one thing. I knew Spirit wanted me there. That's what I knew. So Monday morning, I hopped back on my bike and I pedaled my way back to the farm. And I'll never forget what happened. I hopped on the tractor and I backed it up, and the first time it went directly right into the tiller like butter, like I'd been doing it all my life. And I remember in that moment something I never forgot, which is sometimes when everything seems hopeless, when you're standing in front of that river and don't know how to get across, you just need to take a moment. Step away from the tractor or whatever it is. Commune with Spirit, and Spirit will show you the way. Spirit will show you the way over. In my case, Spirit built a little bridge, and I drove my tractor right over that bridge. I stayed at that farm for 6 more years. And when I was there, I got to see exactly why Spirit wanted me there. I got grounded in my body in a way that I never would have had I stayed in an academic environment. I healed from an eating disorder by growing and eating my own healthy food. Driving the tractor was incredibly empowering for me, and I finally did get my driver's license. Being manager of the farm was also a real confidence booster for me and really helped raise my self-esteem. And I got to commune with Spirit in a deeper way every day by asking and listening and being guided. So when we're in front of that river, we can ask for help. We can step away from the tractor. We can step into Spirit, and Spirit will show us the way over. If we ask and we listen, Spirit always shows us the way. If we ask and we listen, Spirit always shows us the way. And now, with another story about asking and listening, here's Melissa.
I was a full-blown drug addict at the age of 13. Anything to avoid being me, to steer away from feeling all those feelings. And being me meant a lot of feelings that I had no idea how to process. I had no idea how to navigate any emotions, actually. So, yeah. But for a long, long time, I didn't know any of that. I just was like partying and doing my life to the best of my ability. So I found myself at the age of 31 completely lost. I had been on a career trajectory and was about to move to LA and had management down there to help me with my music career. And then quite suddenly that deal fell apart. There I was. I'd been walking one clear path for over a decade, and all of a sudden the ground fell away in front of me, and there was this huge raging river that I couldn't see to the other side of. I was depressed, and I had no idea what to do. Back then, I'd been doing some spiritual stuff, like I'd been meditating, I'd been taking some workshops and reading, but I didn't have an ongoing conscious communication or relationship with Spirit. So I wasn't actively praying in the way that I do today. But I was wandering through my days feeling lost and calling out to the universe to show me a sign, to bring me anything that would light me up again. Nothing seemed right for a long time, until an old friend visited me one day, and she saw the state I was in and said, "You should come and visit me now in Hawaii at my house." And whoosh, all of a sudden I felt energy in me like I hadn't felt in a long time, and I got this very clear, loud, my whole body saying, yes, go and do that. My intuition, right? I had no idea why I needed to go there, but I knew that I had to go because of the reaction that I had. I decided that while I was in Hawaii, I would do a cleanse. Yeah. This cleanse would include abstaining from drugs and alcohol. I thought it might help me get clear. And boy howdy, did it help me get clear. I thought it might help me get clear about my life direction, but what it helped me get clear was how hard it was for me to be me. Just to be in myself and not numb was excruciating. The Healing Storm, the song we did earlier, was written during that time because that's what it was for me, like a monsoon. So when I returned to California, I also returned to drugs and alcohol, but something had changed. That 6 weeks in Hawaii had changed me, and I couldn't use in the same way that I had before I left. Every day of the first 2 months that I got back from Hawaii was going to be the day that I stopped using. And every day I used. But one particular day, I'd run out of pot the night before, and I thought, I'm going to leave it that way, because now maybe I'll make it through tomorrow, right? And I did. I made it until 11 o'clock at night, and I was in bed, and I called my brother, and I got up, and I got dressed, and I went to my car, and I drove the over an hour drive to get whatever he happened to have at the time, which was one joint. I had to stop for gas on the way, and I will never forget this feeling. I was driving out of the gas station, and I laughed out loud and said, wow, this is crazy. This is almost like what a drug addict would do. But I heard myself, right? Like almost like what a drug addict would do. So fast forward another month, during which every day, every morning was going to be, this is the day, this is the day. And every day, actually earlier and earlier in the day, I would say, hey, I've made it this far into the day, so clearly I can do this whenever I want to. I just don't feel like today's the day now. So now I think I'll just let it go till tomorrow. And I'd use. And I'd hate myself. And I'd promise that tomorrow was going to be the day. Yeah. Around the same time, I had met a new friend. He was 3 years sober. And he had been a crazy bad, gutter drunk alcoholic. He would tell me these horrifying, disgusting stories about when he was a drunk and how bad he was. But knowing his stories and then how happy and functional he was in his life, 3 years sober, it kept tickling my consciousness. Maybe if he could do it, I could do it. So one night, at the very point I was deciding to put off the first day of not using until tomorrow, joint in hand, I called my friend. I called him really, really hoping that he would be home and answer and talk me out of lighting this joint. But I got his answering machine. Remember answering machines? Yeah. I left him a message saying I was sitting there with a joint in one hand and a match in the other, and that I was really kind of hoping he'd talk me out of lighting it. But oh well. And you can imagine that when he got home, he called me. Yeah. He asked me if I was high, if I was sorry I was high, and if I wanted to stop. And I said, yes, I was high. And yes, I was really sorry I was high. And yes, I ached to stop. So he supported me in doing the following things. He said, get out a phone book and look up a 12-step program. Call them and find a meeting I could attend the next day. And then go to that meeting, and before the end of the meeting, raise my hand, say I'm an addict, and that I need phone numbers before I leave here so that I don't use next time. Phone numbers are people I can call next time I want to use. And I left there with 6 phone numbers and a sponsor. And that was Friday, July 31st, 1989. And it was indeed the first day I made it to the end of the day without using. Of course, I had to ask Spirit that day for help about 1,000 times or more. Now I've made it one day at a time, 31 years, 9 months, and 30 days with thank you, yay! With lots and lots of asking for Spirit's help to stay clean one day at a time, all the way through. And I'm really good at navigating those emotions now, all those feelings of being me. In getting clean, I was also taken much deeper into a relationship with Spirit than I'd ever dreamed I would have. I became comfortable with communing with and leaning on my higher power. So much so that through the years, the divine actually encouraged me to become a minister. And now I'm sitting here talking to you about asking. Because for me, all the most yummy goodness of life comes from asking and listening for the answers and following them. All of this unfolded because I listened when my intuition jumped up and yelled at me that day when my friend invited me to Hawaii. I did not know that Spirit and my intuition are the same, right? But I stood on the edge of that river and I heard what I knew I needed to do. Now I know Spirit uses my intuition to guide me. That same intuition is the Spirit I commune with in meditation every day. And that same Spirit lives in you as your intuition, guiding you and leading you every prayer, every step of the way, like a beacon, leading you one prayer at a time to the bridge over whatever water is before you. And here's the thing, we're always facing some water, either a little stream or a big river, and every time we ask, listen, and surrender and follow, we're going to be taken to a better place than if we forge ahead without checking in. So ask. Like Z said, ask all the time so that you're more likely to remember to ask when you most need it. Like first thing, ask, ask, ask. Ask, and you will get an answer. For now, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. In what area of your life do you find yourself standing at the water's edge? Whatever comes to mind. Have you been getting guidance already from your intuition? If so, what's it been saying? Maybe you missed it. Didn't get it, that that's what it was. What's it been saying? And if not, that's fine too. Now see yourself standing at the water's edge. Tune in to your heart. Good. And allow whatever comes up for you as you ask. Spirit, what do I need to know about my next step? What is mine to do and not do? Spirit, do you have a symbol for me that will help to lead me in your best direction for me? Great. Be aware that whatever clarity came now, or it might come later today or sometime soon, Spirit always answers. So keep listening. And now take a deep breath and return your awareness to the room. And Z is going to come back so we can pray.
Spirit, you are here in this moment, right here, right now. And so I speak this word, asking for your help. Asking for your help on behalf of myself, on behalf of everyone listening right now to this prayer. Asking us to remember you, to remember to ask, and to remember to listen to this guidance that is always here, always available to us. And I am grateful for this process. I am grateful for this movement. I am grateful to you, Spirit, for making it all possible. And I just give this back to you because you've got it. All I have to do is ask, listen, and let go. And that's what I do now. Releasing this by saying, and so it is.
And so it is. Spirit, carry me. Spirit, carry me. I can't see carry me.
We invite you now into the spiritual practice of sacred giving. Aware of all the good we receive, we consciously choose to give a portion to the places where we are spiritually fed. Let's say our giving affirmation together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
There are several ways to give to CSLRV. You can go to the website cslroguevalley.org and click the donate button, or you can mail a check to CSLRV, P.O. Box 1458, Medford, Oregon 97501, or you can use the donate button on the center's Facebook page.
Join the community next Sunday, June 6th at 10:30 a.m. for an in-person service at the Bear Creek Park Amphitheater in Medford. Be sure to bring a lawn chair. As usual, the service will also be broadcast live as well.
To sign up for CSLRV's weekly e-newsletter, look for email sign up on the Facebook page, or send an email request to cslroguevalley@gmail.com.
To submit a prayer request, go to the website www.cslroguevalley.org and click the prayer request button. Our practitioners and ministers will pray for you all week. You got to do that, right?
Yeah, ask.
Yeah. Thank you again so much for having us here today. Thank you, Reverend Kimberly. And we love your community so much. We look forward to being with you in person.
Yeah, maybe
one
even
of these
hugging.
days.
Ooh,
Yeah,
hugging.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
So please, we would like you to join us for this closing song. And you don't know the words yet because we've never done it before anywhere.
Ever.
We love to debut things with y'all. But it's super easy to catch on, and there's a call and response. You'll see. So please join us.
Yeah, so we're going to do it twice through at the beginning so you can get it. So here it goes. Yes, yes. I say yes to the greatest good you have for me. Yes to this good and let it bless me. All of the good that you wanna bring, I allow it and I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. Say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. Sing it with me. Yes, to the greatest good you have for me. Yes, I say yes to the greatest good you have for me. Yes to this good and let it bless me. All of the good that you wanna bring, I allow it and I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. Now we're gonna hear from Z, who's gonna say a little yes. I think maybe yes. Repeat after Z.
So much good
So much good
all the time.
all the time.
I can take it
I can take it
'cause it's mine.
'cause it's mine.
Spirit's gonna give it.
Spirit's gonna gonna give it,
and I'm a gonna get it,
and I'm a gonna get it,
'cause I align
'cause I align
with the divine.
with the divine.
Yeah, I align with the divine.
with the divine. All of the good that you wanna bring, I allow it, and I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say, what do you say? I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. I say yes, 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 yes. I say yes. Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
So we're going to have just a few little closing things. If you want to ever find us, we are at ohmygodlife.com. And in the meantime, know that we love you. And repeat after me. I allow my day to be blessed
I allow my day to be blessed
as I ask,
as I ask,
and I listen,
and I listen,
and I follow,
and I follow,
and I ask again.
and I ask again.
I remember to ask all day long.
I remember to ask all day long.
So if there's ever a big thing up for me,
So if there's ever a big thing up for me,
I remember to ask,
I remember to ask,
because I do it all the time.
because I do it all the time.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
Amen.
Have an awesome day. Bye.